Hey everybody, welcome to A Culinary Journey. I'm Luca and we have a great show in store for you today. It's all about springtime, all about Sam, all about Nate. Well, I'll show you who those guys are in a second. But we're going to be doing a chicken capricciosa. See, this show is about taking hot ingredients and cold ingredients and making a dish that'll be great in the spring or the summer. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Chicken capricciosa, the first one up, where we're going to take a salad, chop it up fine, over fried chicken cutlets. Next one we're going to do is grilled chicken with a balsamic glaze and a strawberry salsa. That's going to be incredible. And then finally we're going to do a pasta dish, pasta arugula. An arugula salad with extra virgin olive oil, some hot pasta, whole wheat penne, mixed together when you get the warm pasta and the cold salad together. It is phenomenal. Well, the culinary journey is about to begin. We have all our ingredients. We're going to get our guest chefs on, and our culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I went away for a second, I came back, and I have Sam with me.
Hi.
Sam, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, for those of you who might have been watching the show over the last year, Sam is behind the scenes putting everything together. All this stuff is because of her. And now she's leaving. So this will be all empty from this point forward. No? Okay, good. No, we have a great crew that's going to work behind the scenes, but you've been a great addition to the team.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I figured a good send-off would be creating a dish with me.
Sounds great.
All right, so what we're going to be doing first is chicken capricciosa. Sam is going to bread the chicken. So what do we need to do that, Sam? Do you remember?
Some eggs, maybe some flour.
Maybe.
Little bread
Do we even have flour?
Yes.
Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, beautiful. So why don't you start getting that ready. Get your eggs, flour, and everything together. We'll talk a little bit about it.
Now, should I do the flour before the eggs or the eggs before the flour?
What do you think?
I was thinking flour, then eggs.
Correct. What you do is flour, and then the egg wash, and then you get the breadcrumb on it, and then it'll stick to it nicely. The reason why you actually do flour first is because you want to give it a dry adhesive, and then you have the wet, and then the breadcrumbs stick to the wet. So it works
Great.
wonderful. There you go. Beautiful. You need a fork, don't you?
Sure.
All right, I can get one of those. All right, so while you're getting that ready, I'm going to get our breadcrumbs ready. So I'm going to come over here to my little grinder here. And Sam, you know, we're going to use panko breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things about panko, they're great because they're nice and fluffy. They're a Japanese breadcrumb, and they're nice and fluffy. But what we need to do is add flavor to them. Can't just keep them by themselves, right?
Right.
So we're going to add a little bit of fresh herbs.
Okay.
In this case, some thyme. You always need a little thyme. Let's see what else we got in here. We could get them fresher next time. There we go. All right, let's just go with the thyme. And then we're going to add some salt and pepper and all that fun stuff. So we got some thyme in there. Whoa, gotta watch my jacket. I think I ripped out my cord too, maybe. All right, some salt and pepper. What else you want to put in there?
Maybe some Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese, sounds good. And we're going to pulse this all together. There you go. And how about some parsley?
Sure.
Just rip up some parsley right at the top and put it right in there. All right, so get this bad boy on. You got all your stuff working?
Yes, I do.
All right, we'll grind this all together. Now, by using a grinder like this, you're going to mix up all your ingredients perfectly, and you're going to get so much more flavor. And you also break up the breadcrumbs just a little bit. I mean, that's a big key, breaking up the breadcrumbs. And then we'll just come over here, put it right on there. Okay.
Perfect.
So Sam, you get that going. Start breading your chicken cutlets.
Okay.
And I'll get what we call the salad for our capricciosa ready. All right? So capricciosa is basically, you could do what, in Italian restaurants, you'll find things called capricciosa or a paillard. Paillard is a cutlet, pounded out really thin cutlet that could be grilled, or it could have breadcrumbs on it. Either way. And then the Capricciosa is the salad. It's usually a blend of different ingredients. They change from places to places. I've seen it with olives. I've seen it with just onions. I've seen it with just frisee. What I take is mixed greens, and I chop them up fine. And again, we're going to take this nice warm chicken cutlet, and we're going to put it with this salad. And it's so refreshing. All right, Sam, how are those coming?
They're great. They're almost there.
Beautiful. You don't need that anymore,
no.
do you?
No, I don't.
All right, let's get our chopped salad in here. Now, by chopping it too, what's going to happen? It's going to be this nice fine chop of a salad, and not only will you get all the flavor, we're going to put in there some shallots, we're going to put in some tomatoes, and we're going to put in some balsamic and mozzarella. But everything about it is going to be chopped really small. So once it goes on the salad, it's going to be absolutely yummy.
Do you sell this at the restaurant sometime?
I don't. Not yet. Only my wife gets it. I make it for her all the time, but I make it over mozzarella too, just by itself. Oh, it's so yummy. And this is something, growing up with my mom, we used to make all the time in the summer. Actually, this and the last dish we're going to do, the pasta salad that we have. We did that over the summer, and it was so yummy because it was nice, fresh, and refreshing. And usually where pasta dishes are kind of heavy, this wouldn't be. You know, it's just going to be a nice, whoa, I needed that. Okay, let's get another one. That's what happens when you have the garbage thing.
We're not going to need this again, right?
No, I think we're all set. You wash your hands. Those are going well?
Great,
all right,
they're done.
beautiful. We're going to get those frying in the oil. You can even come around me and fry those in the oil while I get the salad ready.
Just going to wash my hands really quick.
Beautiful. Have fun over there.
Thank you.
So for those of you who are watching for the first time, we're here on Ralston Street in Keene, New Hampshire at Monadnock Flooring. These guys have been so great. They built me this whole set. How cool is this set, huh? It's like a real kitchen. Well, it is a real kitchen. It just happened to be in the middle of a store. And we just have a great time when we're down here. So I've chopped some tomatoes, some shallots. Let me get another tomato in there. And Sam's going to fry up the chicken for us. And we cut the chicken nice and thin, Sam, on purpose, because we want to be able to actually cook it the whole way through when you're frying, which will be really cool.
Right?
Huh?
Quickly.
Yes.
Goes quick.
And that's another thing. I mean, I'm all about making it quick to cook, quick to eat. You know, really a quick dish. How are we doing? You got that? Beautiful. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. All right. Just let me borrow this real quick. All right, so what other ingredient I want to put in here? I want to put in some fresh mozzarella. We'll just chop it up. Now, it doesn't, you know, you've seen me do shows before where it's all about how fresh the mozzarella is. This one could be aged a little bit, where it's kind of sitting in your fridge, and you wonder, hey, what do I do with the mozzarella when it's not super, super fresh? Well, you chop it up, you put it in this amazing salad, and it's absolutely yummy. There you go. Sam's turning down the heat just a little bit on that. I'm going to come around, grab some olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Ta-da! See, it's all about the swirl.
Right.
I went to school for that, just so you know. You have to get that whole swirl down. Let's get a little salt and pepper in our salad, and a little bit of white pepper too. We'll just kind of mix that around. Now, just by itself, this is a phenomenal salad.
I agree.
I mean, just going right by itself, you can't go wrong. But on the chicken as a dish, so let's say you're frying chicken cutlets. You say, wow, what do I do next? I mean, what's the next big thing in chicken? Well, that's it. This is simple. It's got all those things. You don't have to do chicken parmesan like people have been doing all the time over the summer, or fried chicken without a lot of flavor. Last ingredient I like using, a little bit of lemon juice, because lemon and fried chicken.
Delicious.
Unbelievable. You're so talkative today. You're just mesmerized by the cooking expertise I have here.
I am.
Remember, you're doing all the cooking on this segment. I haven't even touched the stove.
That's great.
So I made a salad.
It's easier that way.
All right, so those are basically done. We're going to put those on the plate.
Do you want me to do the other two?
Yeah, make the other two, because we got to eat something after the show is over.
That's true.
You know, okay? All right, you get on the other two. And what I'll do is exactly what I would do at home. Now think, you got these beautiful fried chicken cutlets, right? You throw They come out nice and hot. Leave a little bit of the grease on because, you know, we were cooking at a high temperature, so it didn't absorb all the grease.
Right.
And that's one of the things when you're cooking or frying at home to think of. Don't overfill your pot with any protein or what you're frying because you need to keep around 350 to 375 degrees to get it to fry. Any lower, when you put in the cold product, it reduces the temperature, right? And so when you do that, all it does is soak it up.
Right.
That's why frying's not healthy.
Right.
So,
But if you do it at a high enough temperature, it
You're
just
gonna
keeps
fry.
it tender.
exactly. Keeps it nice and tender, browns it, cooks it. Now, if you felt that it didn't cook all the way through, well, the one thing you can do is finish it off in the oven, and it'll be a perfect way to do it. But I think these are going to be great. We'll save some for the other one. All right. Now we take that. Take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil over the plate, a little more balsamic just to give it a look, and voila, we have our first plate. Sam, you're going to finish frying those so we have a little bit more to eat. My next guest, good friend of yours, good friend of mine, our chef from the restaurant, Nate Ojala. Did I say his name right?
I think you said it perfectly.
Okay, 3 years I've known the guy. That's the first time I used his last name. When Nate comes on with me, we're going to grill up some chicken and do a salsa. So don't go away because we're going to be back in a culinary minute. Great job.
Bye, thanks.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Now I had Sam on that side and she's gone. I have Nate Ojala. What's up, Nate?
What's going on, Chef?
How's it going? He calls me chef. I just play one on TV, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, this is a real chef. This guy's amazing. He's Nate Ojala. He was the executive sous chef at the restaurant for numerous years, and now you're leaving me.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. You're like going halfway across the country.
It's only like 2,000 miles.
Yeah, exactly. Well, his culinary career is aspiring. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we can't hold him to this area, but I'm very proud of you. I'm excited to cook with you today, and we got one last dish to make together, right?
Yep.
All right. So the theme of the show is all about, summertime and springtime grilling. We're going to grill. We're going to make a cold topping for it, like a strawberry salsa. You're going to grill some chicken, and you're going to make a strawberry glaze.
Yep.
With a little balsamic in there, too.
Yep. Nice tart and sweet.
All right, beautiful. So you get started on what you need to get started on.
Right.
I'm going to get started on my strawberries. So what are you doing first?
Shallots?
You need shallots. All right. So what are you doing first, Nate? What do we got to make?
So first thing I'm doing is dicing up some shallots, and we're going to start sweating those down and making a balsamic strawberry glaze.
Awesome. Now the glaze we're going to put on last minute. Nate's, when he gets the glaze ready, which is going to be in this pan over here, he's going to grill the chicken, and we're actually going to coat the glaze onto the chicken, so we need to reduce it down. And so you're going to see what we're doing. What I'm doing on this side is I'm getting our salsa ready, which are just fresh strawberries. We're going to do a little bit of cilantro, and I'm going to bring in the same flavors that's going to be in what he's doing into the glaze. So it's going to be strawberries. We're going to do some shallots. Let me get this on for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah, it always cooks better that way. There we go. All right. You need any oil? You got oil on that side if you need it? All right. So Nate's been working for me for a bunch of years, and this is the king of at my restaurant of the 40-hour preparation things. Everything that needed to take time and go really long and be complicated, he put it together. He came up with some amazing dishes. And I tell everybody all the time in this business, because the day you stop learning about food, that's the day you should just get out. So I've learned so much from Nate in a couple of years, and he's half my age. I feel tired already just thinking about it.
I feel tired too. Yeah. So while he's doing that, I'm going to start grilling up the chicken. Could you pass me the salt and pepper? We need to season our protein before it goes into the pan.
Right, and that's always important too, right, Nate? We should always season ahead of time.
Oh, definitely. Season as you go or you miss the boat.
Exactly. So I'm going to add a little bit of spice to my salsa too. Just a little bit of a bite from some red hot peppers that will break down. And the idea about seasoning, and that's really important, is you season as you go, and you actually are going to season more than once when you get to a dish. It's not season at the beginning and then season at the end. It's added as you go.
Season as you go. You got to taste, taste, taste.
Right. And that's where all the flavor will come out. Now, something like this with the strawberry salsa, it's actually even nice to do this maybe even a couple hours ahead of time, because then you let the strawberries macerate. These strawberries are actually really ripe, so they're perfect for my salsa. I want them to break down quickly. I want all those flavors to just incorporate, but taking time and letting things cook or letting things just incorporate together, that's really important. Now, what he's doing right here, he's sweating shallots. The difference between sweating and sauteing, Chef?
use less heat. That way it draws the moisture out and concentrates the flavor.
Exactly. If we saute, we're almost caramelizing. We're bringing out the natural sugars of the ingredients, and in this case, the shallots. But we could caramelize proteins in chicken. Well, we're going to kind of caramelize it by grilling it. Exactly. We'll get some caramelization on there. And then this, we're just getting all that flavor right out of there into what we're doing. Go ahead.
So with the chicken, rather than spraying the pan or adding too much oil to the pan, we're going to add it directly onto the chicken. That way it doesn't get, oily in the pan like a regular sautéed chicken would.
Awesome. This is a lot of fun. We should have been doing this from the beginning. Yeah.
I know. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, great. All right, we're going to add a little bit of honey to my salsa. Could I have the balsamic, chef?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll do a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of honey. And I'm going to get my shallots in there. Now, we're going to contrast each other where I'm going to have raw shallots in my dish, and he is going to have the sweat shallots in his dish. And what we're doing is carrying the flavors all the way through. And that's what cooking's about too, is that we need to make these things meld together, but by using the ingredients differently, we're actually getting different flavors out of them. So just like if you were using, let's say, fresh cilantro and then coriander. That's another thing we could have added to that. We could have added some coriander to this while I'm using...
brings out the whole flavor of the cilantro plant, being coriander from the seeds and cilantro being the actual leaves of the plant.
Exactly, and then I'm going to use that in there. So that's something we could do. You're needy, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
There you go. All right, so I'll chop down. Now what's great about that balsamic that he's putting in, it's going to reduce really quickly. And reduced balsamic comes out absolutely wonderful. It just brings out the natural flavors. The sweetness starts taking up. We take off that bitter, acidic nature right off the top of it. And as this comes down, it's going to make a gorgeous, gorgeous glaze. Do you need your strawberries yet?
Turn that right down and add the strawberry glaze to it.
All right. I'm finishing up my salsa with a little bit of cilantro. And I have honey in here. I have the salsa. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper, which disappeared, which is on your side. All right, so you got to get your chicken grilling soon?
Yep. Pan's nice and hot, so we'll start to caramelize the outside and not sweat down the chicken too much.
Awesome. Now, I put salt and pepper in here. It almost seems like it should be a sweet dish, but as I put the salt and pepper in here, what it's going to do is actually going to enhance the sweetness of the strawberries. You don't think about it, but it really does. Salt is a flavor enhancer, and we talk about that all the time on the show. The salt brings out the other aspects of your dish, so that's why we also salt the chicken. We want the flavor to be brought out. So my salsa's ready. We're just waiting for Chef to get that ready. Our glaze is just about ready, yeah?
Oh, almost there.
Because really all we want to do is get that warmed up.
And get the strawberry preserves and the balsamic together. That way the flavor is merry.
Is that your mom calling?
Yeah,
you think
apparently.
she's checking? Maybe it's Sam calling, telling us to hurry up on our show. I'm going to sneak around here for a second. One of the biggest misconceptions about cooking chicken is that you have to, you have to cook it all the way through, but you have to cook it for a long, long time so it dries out. That's not true. What we want to try and do is get it cooked and still keep it moist by this method. So here we go. Let me just go on here and taste what we're looking at here. Ooh.
Good stuff?
Yeah, one of those.
Nice and tart.
Yeah, that's going to be beautiful. All right, that's cooking down. We're going to let that cook down. 3 years you've been with me. What was the most fun you've had at the restaurant? Putting you on the spot.
I'd say the 13 wine dinners.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Easily.
We get to really expand our horizon, have a lot of fun. We just did a beer dinner together.
Work with product we never get to work with, do all the fun, crazy stuff that you see on Iron Chef.
Right.
It's a good time.
And sometimes it almost feels like that, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And we get down to the wire, we're like, what are we going to put here in this and that?
Oh, it's like the last one. We didn't know what plates we were going to use until 5 o'clock. The dinner starts at 6 o'clock.
And that's what's great about working in a kitchen. It's every day is brand new, whether it's the same menu or not. Yep. Every day is a new experience, and we've had a lot of great experiences together. We've grown a little bit. I've grown a little bit more than you have, though. I could see that. You noticed, huh? I know, yeah, especially you. You noticed. She would have said it if we were off air.
Yeah, true.
So you got a couple of pieces that are almost done? Maybe these 2 smaller pieces? Let's get those in there. We'll let them finish cooking. What I'll do is I'll put a little bit of salsa on the bottom of the plate. Right? Oh, this looks so good. Look at that. Now talk about springtime. We're gonna get these great flavors. Still need a second, huh, Chef?
Yeah, just a moment.
All right.
Just a moment. We'll wait for it.
You think they're gonna wait for it?
This is the best part of cooking is you gotta just stand and wait.
Sometimes you got to wait. The food's going to tell you when it's ready.
Exactly.
And we talk about that too with scallops and things like that.
Scallops and fish, when you cook them, if they don't want to come off the pan or the grill, just leave them. You got to let them go.
Right, right. And they'll tell you when they're ready, because they'll take themselves away when they're ready. And as will the chicken will tell us when it's ready. Hey, I'll cut a couple of pieces up when you're ready for that.
All right, so we'll take it out of the pan, dredge it right through the nice warm strawberry balsamic glaze. Coat the chicken pretty well. And go straight over to our cutting board.
And I'll just cut a couple of slices right off the top of that. Get it right on our salsa. Now we have all the flavors. We brought the strawberry back by doing the strawberry salsa. We also are adding the strawberries in the bottom of the dish. The balsamic just cuts through the strawberries, and we'll just leave those two on there. A couple of more strawberries on top. If you want, serve this over a little bit of arugula salad, and you have yourself an amazing dish. It took very little time. If you had your chicken grilled already, you could serve your chicken cold on this dish too if you want to.
Absolutely.
Doesn't even have to be hot. But the warm chicken and the cold salsa go together immaculately. Well, when we come back, I'm going to do the same thing with pasta. I'll get you and Sam to sit down here. We'll talk a little bit more about having fun with the restaurant. Hey, it's a great time, bro.
This is a great show.
Thank you so much.
You, sir.
Don't go away, because we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey with me, Luca Paris. I got my two friends here, Nate and Sam. Guys, thank you for your help today.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thanks
now
for having us.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Now you're going to sit and eat because, you know, this is the easiest one of all. Basically what I'm doing, I could do this one by myself too. Look at that. I'm going to do what's called pasta arugula. Now, I got this from my mom and my dad used to do this all the time in the summer. One, because they were too lazy to make a sauce. Sorry, Mom. No, it was really because it was really hot in the summertime. Actually doing the pasta was enough cooking in the kitchen. And what they would do is ahead of time, actually even a couple hours ahead of time, they would take arugula with extra virgin olive oil, some salt and pepper, nice kosher cracked salt, and good amount of olive oil because you need to coat all the pasta with this, right? And then put tomatoes, and they used to use red onion, but Nate, you know, I'm a big fan of the shallots, right?
Shallots are the way to go.
Yeah, and I just think, one, they if you're having them fresh like this, aren't as strong as red onions.
Yep.
Still in the
provide the same sweetness.
Yeah, still in the same family. And that's really all I really do to this. Now, what you could add to it, too, is you could add mozzarella if you really want or what have you. But the idea to this is to actually go heavy, a little heavier on the olive oil. Because we're going to really have to coat the pasta. Now, what's great about it is that the pasta is going to wilt the arugula down. And talk about simple. Yeah, a little white pepper just for a bite. And then let's get that pasta. Do I got another one of these around? Oh, here it is. Don't go away. Camera, just focus on those two cute people over there. All right. That comes right out of there. Drain it. If you get a chance to get one of these type of pots, it's the best, because then you don't have to rinse it or anything. You can move it around as you go, and you drain them really well. And that's going to be a key to this. And it goes right over the top of this. Now, the starch and everything is a big key to this whole dish, because that starch is going to get into that salad. And when you toss it, look at it, it just smells wonderful.
Looks great.
And the olive oil, you could put a little grated
fragrant.
cheese, but you're going to bite into it. You're going to get a chunk of the shallot, a bite of the shallot, so it's going to be nice and pow. And then the tomato kind of level off. Now, you saw what I did with the tomatoes. I julienned them. I took the insides out and I julienned them, so they all look the same shape as the pasta. And that's the coolest thing.
Makes it easier to eat that way, too.
Exactly. So, Sam, I asked Nate what was one of the most fun things about working with us all these years at the restaurant. Do you have any memories, or that you could say on air?
Yep. On air. Oh.
That changes. I gotta.
Changes everything.
Yeah. It's a family show.
No, I just the people that I got to meet and work with at the restaurant.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Well, I had a great time with both of you guys today,
too.
especially, and it's been an amazing couple of years. I wish you the best of luck. You're gonna be hearing a lot of Sam and Nate in the future. Sam not only being the assistant chef on the show, she's also a pastry chef by trade, and she's phenomenal. And she made some great desserts for us. And gonna miss you a lot. Don't you dare cry on the air, okay? And Nate has been an amazing sous chef, and I wanted to thank them very much. And this is the only way I'm going to feed you, because you've been feeding me for years.
Yeah.
So thank you both.
I never get to eat,
no, I know, because I steal all his food. Well, that's it. Our show's over. Our culinary journey. Theirs is just beginning. but we had a great one while we were there, and you be good, huh? All right. Well, we're going to finish eating. We're going to get a gentle, tender moment, and we'll see you next time on A Culinary Journey. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Eat.
Bye.
You cry any more times, I'm going to hurt you.
That's why I said don't bring it up.
I don't want to talk about it. That's great. Awesome.
This is really good, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Real simple. See? All about the simple. Are we good? Are you guys still filming? Yeah. Yeah? That's good.